There's one I had in mind that I've always hesitated to do with you guys because you do it all the time anyway, but I think it's worth mentioning, and it's gratitude and gratitude practice. I know we always do that at the end of our meetings, but I thought I would share with you briefly how it works a little bit and why it's important besides nice. And when I'm teaching it to like caregivers or patients, and I try to explain it this way, our minds or our brains are really sort of wired to notice when there's something dangerous happening or something bad. So we're inclined to scan the world for potential danger so we can keep ourselves safe, which is a good thing, but it might mean that we're noticing the negative things that are occurring around us. Perhaps that's our default. And we've got tons of positive psychology out there now saying, it's actually beneficial if you can start noticing positive things a little bit more. But, that's kind of a hard lift. For a lot of people, it's like, that's nice. I'm going to turn into a Pollyanna. Don't think so. And it sort of goes down the path. So the things that we see often from different places like the Greater Good Science Center in Berkeley are telling us, try it out, because it actually changes our inclination of mind. And it works like this. If you're what was the thing they used to say about Mission Impossible? If you choose to take on this mission, you can try it out. Sorry, I don't remember the words, just like I don't remember punchlines. But the deal is this, if you would like to try it. So at night, or sometime near bedtime, the idea is to think back on your day, today, the day that you're in, and just see if there are three things you can come up with that you feel grateful for. And the idea that they found is what's useful is if you can be extremely specific. So instead of, I'm really grateful for my dog, that's general, but can you bring it into, what about today? What happened today? Why are you grateful for your dog today? And it might be, my dog climbed up in my lap when I really felt, kind of blue, and it was wonderful, just made me happy. So that's one. Or I was teaching this to a young man online who had just had his an artificial bladder replaced. He was dealing with bladder cancer. He wanted to learn this. He was a little beyond teenagerhood, but not a lot. And he said, yeah, I can think of something. And I said, what can you think of? And he was going like this. You see my hand? I said, what are you doing? He said, oh, I'm remembering when I was petting the cat. That's the cat's tail. I'm going up the cat's tail. And, another one he remembered was, I said, can you think of something else? Because I was trying to get three of them out of him. And he said, oh, yeah, my warm oatmeal this morning. I said, really? What was specific about that? And he said, well, it was kind of lumpy and it was tan and had brown sugar. So, I mean, the specificity can look like anything you want it to look like. But they say that if you can make it specific, it gets through to our brains a little bit more than if we don't. And then the third part, and this is, I always say it's optional, but actually they say it works better if you do this. Can you jot it down? Can you have a little tiny notebook or a Post-it pad beside the bed and just write down Wednesday, oatmeal, cat's tail, dog, it could be three, that's it. You're just writing your three things down. And then what you do next, I love this part. What you do next is nothing. You've done the whole thing. Now you go to sleep. It's kind of nicer to think of these things before you fall asleep than the patient you're worried about or the argument you had with someone or whatever might have happened or the stubbing your toe. And, you're thinking of the things you're grateful for, and then you're going to sleep. And then the next part, and this is very important, is you do it again the next night and the next. So if I'm teaching this to patients or caregivers, I ask them, I say, can you agree with yourself and with all of us? Try it out for 2 weeks, just that. And then see if your mind is, without trying, if your mind is beginning to notice things that are positive without trying. So they say that where we place our attention becomes the inclination of the mind. It's a very ancient Buddhist line, but actually neuroscientists have run in there and done studies around it and said that's the truth. The things that where we place our attention, that we focus on, that becomes the inclination of the mind. I know I'm repeating that, but to me, that's such a powerful concept. So I know we do gratitudes all the time, but I invite you to give this a try if you'd like. And thank you very much.